Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Zen, and we're just gonna get directly into it. And then the topic I want to discuss today is why isolation, especially if you're a dude, is important. And the reason why this is important is because, first, before I even tell you why it's important, I want you to understand that yes, isolation can make or break people, okay? But for a dude, isolation is important because you can better yourself if you have a goal that you want to obtain. For example, if you want to get your body right, if you want to work out, if you're constantly being isolated, guess what, you can do that. Not to be funny, but why do you think when dudes go to jail, they come out and these dudes look, they huge, like they say, they walk around, they look like Hulks, because all they gotta do, they isolated and they're constantly hitting the gym all day, okay? But isolation is also good, so you can obtain knowledge, okay? And I'm gonna tell you about me right now. For example, right? So I was just sitting there one day, like this was like at the beginning of the year, and I was thinking, like, you know what, maybe I need to get my life in order. My life ain't bad, but it could be better. So I was like, you know what I did? I just was like, I took a break from social media, and I started going, I started doing college. Was doing online schooling at first, completed a couple semesters, didn't work out, okay? It just wasn't for me. I was like, you know what, I tried this, it didn't work out, okay, so let me just try something else. Okay, cool. So that's what I started doing. That's when I started doing the whole YouTube thing, and that's when I started doing the whole trying to get my body right and everything. And the reason why isolation is also good is because it also gets your spirit right. Like, all the negative things, all the toxicity that you originally had around you when you're constantly being around people, you don't have that around you anymore. For example, what I did was, there'll be times where I'll just turn off everything, turn off my cell phone, turn off my laptop, and just chill out and just be chilling, like, or go for a walk, or just enjoy nature. See me, I can't drive because being legally blind and all, I literally cannot drive. If I was able to drive, man, listen. But yeah, like, being isolated, especially if you're a man, is a good thing because you can literally better your life. It's not a bad thing, okay? Isolation is not a bad thing. Now, that doesn't mean when I made the early example, that doesn't mean go out, commit felons, and go to jail and you come out looking ripped. No, you can still go to the gym. If you can't drive like me, or can't go to the gym like myself, you could bring the gym at home. You understand? You can sit there, you can learn a whole lot more, because literally you have the world at your fingertips over the internet. And you can sit there and find out many things that they teach you in college. You can find online, okay? And I learned this after I got out of college. Yes, it sounds crazy, it really does, but it does work. And this is also, as far as the spiritual aspect, you can elevate your spirit by doing that too. I started reading the Bible again, more specifically the book of Proverbs. And for those of you that don't know, I will start doing chapter readings regarding that book and how you can apply those same things to your life today, okay? Because a lot of people think, oh, the Bible has a lot of contradictions, it's old, they don't know what they're talking about. But in actuality, it has a lot of knowledge, and a lot of things that they said in that old book is coming out now, okay? I want you guys to understand that this is extremely important and how valuable this actually is. All right, so I'll definitely be doing chapter live streams and such, and I'll also be giving personal stuff about my life too. But back to the topic at hand, because I don't want to go on a tangent. Isolation, you can elevate your spirit too. You can learn to meditate. You can learn to exercise, start working out. You can start a hobby. You can even start your own business during isolation, especially with the whole pandemic and everything. Even though they're saying, oh, the pandemic is somewhat over, which in actuality is not, because things are still somewhat closed. You can still start your own thing. You can start your own business. You can start doing a hobby. You can start anything that you do for fun could potentially make you money. You understand? So if you know, for example, if you're wise, or if you know you're a master in this particular field, you can start making that into an investment, and guess what? Boom, you got your own business. Or if you know you're good at a certain talent, boom, you can start making that into a business. If you are, if you're good at, yoga or anything like that, yeah, if you're good at yoga, if you're good at anything spiritually, you can start making that into a business, and people will flock to it. Isolation is the perfect time to get a jump start on your purpose, and it is one of the main things that we all need to start doing. That's what I'm doing now, as a matter of fact. So I want you guys to understand how important this is, and you can use this isolation to get a better understanding of the world, because that's what I did too. Because there's a lot of hypocrisies, there's a lot of inconsistencies, and there's a whole lot of chaos and nonsense that'll try to, push back against you, because you're trying to work better on yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, that was rude. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's something that you should work on. It's something that you should definitely pursue. Okay? Because this is something that you cannot deny, especially if you're in your 20s. Like, if you're 18, 19, up to, like, if you just turning 20, you got more than enough time. You can be working on your purpose. Go out there, and if you try something, you fail, okay, that's cool, don't worry about it. Keep on going anyway. Keep on going. Don't go after the same thing and expect a different result, because that's what insanity is. Nah, you got to try many different things until you find something that sticks with you. Be a master of one talent instead of a novice at 100. You feel what I'm saying? You got to understand that. That's something that you definitely should know how to do. And for all the young dudes out there, isolation is a perfect time to learn discipline. Discipline. Yes, and I'm talking about dick discipline too. That doesn't mean every 5 minutes you just starting there beating your meat all day. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. You can sit there and take all that extra sexual energy and to put it into something else. For example, if you know that urge comes up and you sitting here with and you got something that you want to do, instead of going in there, going on those websites, those ones I'm talking about, you can actually put that into your current activity, and boom, you'll knock it out. All that extra stuff, for example, if you feel that urge and you got to work out, use it to work out. Guess what? You'll be able to push a lot longer and a lot harder than you would have if you went in there and stroking real quick and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Or if you want to sit there and write a book, or if you want to sit there and make content or become a content creator, you can definitely do that too. Isolation is the perfect way to master sexual transmutation. It's the perfect way to master your spiritual enlightenment. It's the perfect way to master your life. You don't have to be isolated all the time, but there are some periods of life where you're going to need to isolate yourself, where you can sit there and recharge and become better, because listen, I'm doing that right now, and I'm telling you right now, my life is a lot better. I still have a long way of improvement, but it's getting better from what it is now. And the more knowledge you obtain, especially the red pill knowledge, you're gonna get a lot of backlash once you come out of this isolation and you are a better person. You will get a lot of backlash from it, but that's to be expected. Give you an example. What is it? Elijah got a whole bunch of backlash. He was even sentenced to death by Jezebel because he challenged her. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I say all that to say, what is it, like, even Christ got backlash because he tried to come and save humanity, and the Romans wasn't trying to have none of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, yes, become isolated. Even Christ had to be isolated in the wilderness, and he was even tempted. A lot of young dudes out here, because I used to be like that too. I'm 26 now. A lot of dudes out here would fall to temptation. That's another thing too. You got to learn to master discipline during isolation. Because if you master it and you apply it to your everyday life, once you come out of isolation, guess what? Boom, you just do. It's gonna be a whole lot easier. You're gonna be able to accomplish things, and you're gonna be able to pinpoint what is gonna lead you astray and how to avoid that. You can't be mad at something if you understand it. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted to make this video for you guys, and I want you guys to understand that I want you guys to understand how to better yourself and how vital isolation is. You feel me? Especially like, also just to go on just to continue here, especially for those that have like disabilities and such. If you can't drive or anything like that, you can do this too. Okay, because me, I'm legally blind, so therefore I cannot drive. I can't sit there. I can't go to the gym, so I had to bring the gym here. I had to bring the gym to me. I can't sit there. I can't get in the car and just drive everywhere. So guess what? I have to make money, or I have to ask around. But you don't want to be dependent. You feel what I'm saying? You want to be dependent on yourself. This is what isolation helps you do. It helps you master yourself. If you master yourself and you acquire the knowledge that you're supposed to acquire, that you need to acquire, guess what? You are gonna sit there and come out a much better, faster, stronger, and more focused person than when you went in. Sometimes it needs to happen. So I wanted to make this video so you guys have a better understanding. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one.